back home, ladies and gentlemen, India preparing for the big election battle in 4 states and 1 union territory. The Election Commission will, in the next 3 hours at 4 o'clock, be announcing the election schedule for West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Assam and Puducherry. In all, there are 824 seats at stake, with over 20 crore voters deciding their fate. Last time round, in 2021, the voter turnout was pretty good. It was at about 83%. So the hope is that it will only get better from there, not worse. Now, out of the 4 states, 3 are held by the opposition, by the India bloc. Here's a quick overview. Let's start with Tamil Nadu. A total number of 234 seats in the state. The DMK-led alliance swept the elections in 2021 with 159 seats. The AIA-DMK-led alliance stood at 75. The difference in vote share, ladies and gentlemen, was about 6%. This time, of course, we have a high-profile debutant in Vijay, who has so far refused to ally with anyone. Then, of course, there is the other southern state of Kerala, the last bastion of the left. Total number of seats here, 140. The LDF secured 94 seats, making Pinarayi Vijayan the first chief minister to lead Kerala 2 times in a row. Question is, can he make history again? West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee's bastion. She is serving her 3rd consecutive term, but has an aggressive BJP challenging her. Total number of seats in West Bengal, 294. Didi won 213 last time. The BJP won 77. The difference in vote share was about 10%. Can the BJP narrow the vote share? Assam, the 4th state going to elections. Well, it has been held by the BJP for the last 10 years. 126 seats up for grabs. The BJP had 75 last time. The Congress and its allies had 49. The difference in vote share was just 1%. Last but not the least, the Union Territory of Puducherry. Total number of seats here, 30. The NDA had 16 last time, which means they still have 16. The UPA had 8. Independents did pretty well. They had 6. Okay, so as we count down to the Election Commission's press conference at 4 o'clock, let's quickly take a look at what is at stake, both for the BJP and for the India opposition bloc. For the BJP, of course, this is once again a test for brand Modi. He is their only face in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, in West Bengal. In the south, the BJP is still forced to piggyback on regional parties. This 2026 is an opportunity to prove to the BJP that the BJP isn't just a North Indian party. This is also an opportunity for the BJP to defeat regional parties' grips on their states in West Bengal, in Tamil Nadu, and of course in Kerala as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these polls will also test the limits of the BJP's Hindutva brand of politics. A significant minority population lives in these poll-bound states. For the opposition, what is at stake? Credibility, the credibility of regional satraps. How's the strength of the alliance? That is going to be a big question. How are they going to handle these ambitions against a mighty BJP, against a mighty NDA, and how will they manage all the coalition ambitions? Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala are the last non-BJP bastions. So this is a test for the secular parties. Can they counter the appeasement narrative that the BJP is building? All these questions up on the plate as we count down to the Election Commission's press conference. My guest this afternoon, JVC Sriram, political strategist, joining us on the broadcast. Hi, JVC. Good to see you on a Sunday. Neeraja ji, good morning. Good afternoon, not good morning. Good afternoon. Good to see you. JVC is traveling somewhere, I think. JVC, if you want some time to stabilize your camera, please go ahead, do that. R. Rajgopalan, senior journalist, smiling this afternoon as well. Thank you, thank you. I won't say the Election Commission is spoiling our Sunday. I do think they are making things a little interesting this Sunday. So thank you very much. Khalikur Rahman, leader of the Congress party, joining us on the broadcast. Now everyone will be wondering why the Congress party is here. Khalikur ji, you know why the Congress party is here. Even before the election dates have been declared, the India bloc is saying what? The BJP is a mouthpiece, the election commission is a mouthpiece of the BJP, etc., etc. So they have some things to say about the election commission. But as I thank all of you, let me start with Neeraja ji on the show today. Neeraja ji, I've just listed out for our viewers what is at stake here. But to your mind, which is the election amongst these 4 states and 1 union territory that is going to be the spiciest and the most hard fought, as it were, for you, according to you? Neeraja ji, you'll have to unmute yourself first. Okay. See, we seem to be having a bit of an issue here. Mr. Rajgopalan, would you want to take that question? Which election amongst the 4 states and 1 union territory do you think is going to be the spiciest?
Tamil Nadu will be the spiciest. Next, West Bengal. 3rd, Kerala. 4th, Assam. 5th is Puducherry. That's which union territory. Apart from that, Shreya, for the first time, Election Commission is announcing the dates, and in Parliament, there is an impeachment motion against him.
Very interesting, right?
And it's a comparison. What is the benefit that India Alliance will get? Nothing. Except to tutu meme. Because it will take 6 to 8 months to get this impeachment motion put in motion. There are committees and reviews, Supreme Court, like that. But one thing is there, once the verdict is given on whichever the poll results day, the same Congress and other parties will hail the Election Commission. So therefore, the confused parties of India Alliance, especially Rahul Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi is the most confused politician in India. And he's putting mud at the Election Commission. And he also threatened the Election Commissioner, wherever he goes, he will chase him, and after retirement, he will chase him. So therefore, that is also interesting. Like Vijay Gyanesh Kumar is another hero in the election.
Acha, give me a minute here, because you've just spoken about Rahul Gandhi and you've spoken about the India bloc. So aapke liye one breaking news just for you, Mr. Rajgopalan. The India bloc has already started attacking both the Election Commission and the BJP. In a latest, we have the UBT Sena's reaction coming in. Sanjay Raut is asking if the Election Commission's press conference will happen at the BJP's office. So the politics has started even before, ladies and gentlemen, the Election Commission holds its press conference. Let's quickly listen in to what Sanjay Raut is saying.
इलेक्शन कमीशन की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कहाँ है मुझे मालूम नहीं, शायद बीजेपी के हेडक्वार्टर में हो सकती है। अभी का जो निवडणूक चुनाव आयोग है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक्सटेंडेड ब्रांच है। तो अगर कोई बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस होने जा रही है तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के दिल्ली के मुख्यालय में अगर चुनाव आयोग करता है तो मुझे आश्चर्य नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ये चुनाव आयोग के खिलाफ हमने अपोजिशन में जो अविश्वास मत ठहराव लाया है, हमारे विश्वास नहीं है उनको ऊपर। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए काम करने वाले लोग।
Khalikur Rahman, what is the meaning of we don't trust the Election Commission? If the opposition bloc doesn't trust the Election Commission, will they not fight the election? I mean, we have a peculiar situation as of now, unprecedented, where an election commissioner is announcing election dates when there is an impeachment motion that is pending against him in Parliament. So that itself is unprecedented. Now you have the opposition bloc coming and saying we don't trust them. Arey bhai, if you don't trust them, then how will you fight an election under them?
Yeah, good afternoon, and good afternoon to all my co-panelists and to all your viewers, in fact. Yeah, indeed, this is a very peculiar situation, as you said, because the Election Commission, in fact, has, I'm really feeling sad to say this, has lost its credibility because it's become, an extended arm of the BJP and working purely at the directions and the whims and fancies of the ruling government, which is very sad because the Election Commission is, supposed to be a totally autonomous, totally independent.
Understood. But I want to ask you what that has to do with the Election Commissioner announcing dates today. Why say sarcastic things like, where is this press conference going to be held? Is it going to be held at the BJP's office? Right now, he's just doing his job. We all know that the Election Commission needs to declare dates for the upcoming elections. That is what they are doing. Why all this sarcasm and attack at the Election Commission today, at this point?
No, because see, the opposition feels that the Election Commission is coming out to announce the dates. It is only after our Honorable Prime Minister has completed his rallies and whatever, in fact, he has to do, the pre-election. So this is what is being done. So that it very clearly goes on to show and say that it is the BJP which is remote controlling the EC, and as per the directions of the and the whims and fancies, I'm reiterating again, of the ruling party, that the EC is announcing the dates today. But in any case, because we and all the opposition being the political parties, even though we'll protest, but we'll have to definitely participate in the democratic process of the elections.
Okay, I think you are referring to the Prime Minister's rally yesterday in Kolkata, that big massive rally at Brigade Ground. But the fact is, I'll let JVC come in. JVC, what are you doing with your phone today? सब उल्टा पुल्टा हो रहा है आज. Why?
I'm traveling and unfortunately, there is some issue with my
phone. Chalo. So, here is the opposition accusing the EC of doing ulta pulta with the elections and the election dates. You are doing ulta pulta with your phone. JVC, but just respond to that, because, I mean, the opposition's point of view is, and it's not just Mr. Rahman who's saying this, the TMC has stepped out to say this as well. Yesterday, the PM had his big rally, political rally in West Bengal, in Calcutta. Aaj Election Commission is waking up and saying, chalo, aaj election dates declare kar dete. But the fact is, everyone knew, na? Either on 15th or 16th, the election dates are going to be declared.
Exactly. And more importantly, former election commissioners have become immediately ministers in Congress government. I think Congress party should be able to understand their past. If they don't realize their past, I don't want to name them, but there have been chief election commissioners who stepped down and then became immediately member of parliament and then became a minister in the council of ministers led by Congress party. So they should not. And this whole thing, see, Prime Minister is a chief campaigner for the Bharatiya Janata Party. He had conducted his campaigns and he will continue to do his campaign even after the announcement is over. Why link this whole thing? Everybody knew that the announcement is either coming today or tomorrow, as you said, and it was expected. So, trying to politicize everything, trying to degrade the constitutional office and bureaucratic offices, these are things which Congress party should not be indulging in. Congress party should be fighting the elections, and instead, they are fighting against the constitutional bodies. Is that the thing which they want to do? And then they will go on to say that we are here to protect the constitution.
Okay, give me a moment here. We've heard from the UBT. We are hearing from the DMK as well. The DMK sharpening its attack on the poll panel as well. They are saying that the Election Commission of India should be merged with the PMO, and that the Election Commission actually waited for the Prime Minister to finish his rallies. Also going on to say that the Election Commission wants an advantage for the BJP. The DMK is saying that the Election Commission is not an impartial organization.
The poll dates are going to be announced today. I think the dates on which the ECI is announcing gives us a view that maybe they should merge ECI and PMO. They have waited for the Prime Minister to finish all his election campaigning. Then they are announcing the dates. Looks like the ECI is not an impartial organization. They are doing everything in their power to ensure that the BJP has an edge. And when they are announcing dates today, we expect in the next 1 month that the ECI will act in an impartial way.
Mr. Rahman, can I please ask you, what is partial and what is impartial when you're just announcing the dates for an election. You know, when the entire polling process is on or when the campaigning process is on, if someone is making hate speeches and that person is being allowed to get away because that person is from the BJP, then you can step out and say that the election commission is doing nothing. It becomes gunga behra when it comes to the BJP. You know, when that criticism comes, we'll take it. But right now, when it is just announcing the dates that they in any case have to do, what is partial and impartial in this, sir?
The timing, in fact. So that is what, because, as I said earlier also, because, the complete election strategy of the BJP was very well done. And all the rallies of our Honorable Prime Minister, were completed. And then whatever our Honorable Prime Minister had to say in all those rallies, he, said that. And after that, in fact, the Election Commission, announces that it's going to announce the dates for the poll-bound states. So this, is the timing. And I think, when there was already a distress among the opposition with regard to the ECI, then I think the ruling government, setting a precedent, should have changed the Election Commission of India and then should have brought in a new one and then announced. Probably, I think that would have led to the fair election. And these kind of, allegations and the accusations wouldn't have been there in that case.
Okay. Give me a moment here, because the TMC is also taunting and targeting the poll panel. We have the TMC's Saket Gokhale saying, and I quote, the Election Commission never fails to amaze me. How Modi always knows when elections are going to be declared so that he does a big rally in poll-bound states just 24 hours before the code of conduct kicks in. Haters will say it's because the Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar works on the orders of the BJP, but who knows, he says. Meanwhile, we also have TMC's Firad Hakim reacting to the dates being announced today, and he's saying he's fairly certain the TMC is going to win once again, a fourth term, that is, because Mamata Banerjee has now been in power for 15 years. Can she win a fourth consecutive term? Maybe she can, maybe she cannot, but the TMC believes she can. Let's listen in.
जब 4 को वो आज 4 बजे बोला है, जरूर इलेक्शन डिक्लेयर होगा, मगर हम परवाह नहीं करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे संगठन, हमारे लोगों के साथ जोगाजोग ये सारा साल रहता है. लोग तृणमूल के साथी है. 20 अगर मिल गया तो बीजेपी को बहुत मिल जाएगा.
Okay, Mr. Rajgopalan, one last comment on what the opposition is saying, then we'll go back to who you think is winning. But now we've heard from at least 3 opposition parties. All of them are saying the same thing. My point is, everyone knows that there is going to be an election in April. That is no rocket science. No special planning was required. If the Prime Minister has done a rally in West Bengal yesterday and the polls are being announced today, well, others should have done the same if they were smart. It's called poll planning, right? Election planning.
The election planning is done at least 6 months in advance. You know the dates separately. Suppose if Tamil Nadu Assembly had that validity of its sitting up to May 4th. So therefore everything is known. Probably, Shreya, what I just now came to know, that Rahul Gandhi is getting trained for martial arts. So therefore he wants to finish that martial arts and come to election. That may be the reason, not any other thing. Second, DMK spokesperson said that it is merged with PMO. My understanding is Mr. Stalin was to announce another 52,000 crore rupees benefit of each and everyone in Tamil Nadu and emptying this state exchequer. That is why Election Commission stopped it. Probably JVCC and Rajgopalan may get 18,000, 15,000, 20,000 because it's all looting the state government exchequer. That may be the reason. But
no. What are you saying? Wait a minute. Mr. Rajgopalan, what are you saying? You are saying that Stalin was about to announce SOPs worth 52,000 crore rupees?
Yes.
Okay. And you are saying now the DMK is very upset because they have not made that announcement and the Election Commission will announce the dates, which is why they are criticizing what is happening.
Exactly correct. You understood right. Very right. Therefore, they stopped it. And thereby, whomsoever is coming next, Edapadi Palaniswamy or XYZ, they want to, shave off the savings and also the state exchequer. That may be the reason that
No, Mr. Rajgopalan, but you were not so unkind when all sorts of promises were made in Maharashtra via the Ladki Behan Yojana.
Then they also
wiped away the exchequer. उन्होंने अपना announcement पहले कर दिया, so they were smart. That's all.
But Tamil Nadu did not say takatak, takatak, takatak. ये तो कर्नाटका में क्या हो गया? Himachal Pradesh में क्या हो गया? The Congress spokesperson should understand. He is hailing from Karnataka. He must say, where is the katakat? किधर हो गया? Katakat. Therefore, Rahul Gandhi should do this type of drama elsewhere. He should understand the Indian politics very, very, very seriously.
But Mr. Rajgopalan, why are you criticizing Rahul Gandhi? Aaj to he has not even said anything.
He will say something. He will say something because yesterday he went and dragged a motorcycle. Tomorrow he will go on Titan and Bolt. So therefore, he is not a politician. He's an entertainer. He's a joker.
Acha. Give me a moment. I think we are hearing from the BJP as well. JVC is laughing. I don't know why. I'll go to him. But before that, BJP is countering the India bloc narrative as it is coming even before the election dates are announced, saying this is a pre-poll excuse by the opposition for their impending defeat. Let's listen in.
They are creating a pre-poll excuse or a pre-poll alibi for their impending defeat. They abuse the speaker's post. They bring no confidence motion against speaker. They abuse president. They insult president as we have seen in West Bengal. They abuse prime minister post. They abuse judiciary. Whenever they lose an election, they abuse election commission. Whenever they lose a case, they abuse judiciary. This is because they put Parivar Tantra above Lok Tantra. This is not about ECI. It is about EMI, entitled Mansikta of India Alliance. And the way in which Uddhav Sena, Congress and others have already started abusing the election commission, it shows that they fear an impending defeat and therefore the excuse making and alibi making has started. This has become the standard operating procedure.
Instead of welcoming the election in a democratic setup, these opposition, what you call Ghamandiya, they are busy criticizing the election commission. That shows that what kind of a spirit of democracy they have within. It's a clear-cut pre-announcement of defeat by them, nothing else. Because the election commission goes as per their norms, as per their values and as per their calculations, not as per the opposition or the ruling party dispensation.
Mr. Rahman, I'm again going to come to you. Please help me understand whether when the announcements of the date for an election happen makes a difference to the election result. My simple question is, if Mamata Banerjee wins West Bengal once again, will you still be criticizing the election commission? No. If Stalin still wins Tamil Nadu, will you still be questioning the election commission? No. I mean, in Kerala, similarly, no. So, isn't this unnecessary?
See, I think your question is very much, premature, right, at this point of time, because, see, the victory will depend upon the narrative which runs during the election.
Correct.
And the people of the country would understand the BJP's game, and that is how they would be, voting in favor of either the TMC or the DMK or, the Congress and the UDF in Kerala.
But Mr. Rahman, the narrative will not be set by the election commission today. Na? That is what I'm asking you. The opposition is griping about why is the election commission announcing dates today when only yesterday Modi did a big rally in Calcutta. My simple question was, does the announcement date actually impact the outcome of the election? No. If no, then, why this bitterness?
See, timing is very important in politics. That is one thing which I'm sure all my co-panelists do. Instead of the hate against, particularly Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, what I was, hearing from Rajgopalan ji, which I think, in a democratic setup like India, we come with such a rich history and the political heritage, I think we should probably be using the right kind of language for everyone, actually. I mean, be it the leader of any party or whichever, walk of life one comes from. So I definitely, the timing of the election announcement does affect, but that's where the opposition, in fact, now, and the parties which are there in the ruling, especially in the state, especially in the 3 states, like the West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, Kerala and all, definitely, yeah, Kerala. That is where the, the election commission would be exposed, and then the people would understand. And this is the
when
time
they are exposed, they'll be exposed. But today, have they done anything wrong by announcing the dates? That is the question.
Yes,
That is where the fight is. Neeraja ji, I hope you can hear us in Digital India. You can hear me now, loud and clear.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I had these technical problems.
No problem. Absolutely no problem. As long as we can hear your views, it's important to hear them today. Can you help me understand what you make of the opposition today griping about the election commission coming out and announcing dates today? Because as far as I know, everyone knew either 15th or 16th the election dates are going to be announced. Now, if Prime Minister Modi was smart and did his rally yesterday, and Mr. Stalin hasn't actually made the dole announcements that he wanted to, then that's his problem, right? Everyone knew when the election dates were coming.
Yes, and absolutely. The ruler of a state or the country, they get their act together. Certainly. Of course, the ruling party at the center does have an advantage, but that's true of every ruling party. But others are also on the ball. And I agree with you. Gone are those old days when nobody knew and these kind of niceties were not adhered to. I wish they were, but that's a reality. So I agree with you. Also, the previous panelist was making a very important point. You know, the kind of language that is used in public discourse between the opposition side and the ruling side, I think that has gone great. The atmosphere and added to the contention in our politics today, which could be done away with that. I think simply the bhasha, the language, could solve half the problems, not all of the problems. But one thing I will say about the impending elections, I think this could have been a year of the opposition, if you look at it. Very strongly placed the Congress party in Kerala.
Okay.
I would be surprised if they lose it, but then they have a penchant for doing things like that. Tamil Nadu, strongly placed, even though they are in power, because of a 3-way fight that it's going to be. It could be to the advantage of DMK and allies. So also West Bengal is going to be a very tough fight this time, and the BJP is going to go all out. The most important election, the mother of the election this time is going to be West Bengal. But again, Mamata Banerjee will not give up so easily, has a hold in rural areas and so on. Assam is a state where Congress is putting up a fight, but Hemanta Biswa Sarma is expected to see it through. But it could be if they won 3 out of 4 states, of course there's Puducherry also.
Correct.
Then they would set the tempo and the tenor for the 27 election, which is Punjab, UP and Gujarat. Very critical for the BJP and very critical for national security issues. And that will set the tempo for the 2029 election. So I think how the opposition plays the game this time in April, much will depend on their morale, their future strategy, how much they can wrest the initiative from the BJP. So all eyes are actually on West Bengal today.
Why do you say that? Why not a Tamil Nadu? Why not an Assam? Why not a Kerala? Are you saying that more or less these 3 states are a done deal? You know which way the wind is blowing, that it is West Bengal that could actually throw up a surprise?
Yeah, I tell you why. You remember Mamata Banerjee has a certain place in the country's politics.
Correct.
You have this woman who took on the Congress, left the Congress party, replaced the Congress in West Bengal. Then she went on to replace in 2011 a 34-year entrenched left front government, which was quite a feat. And remember, she doesn't belong to a political family. She's not had mentors. And then she has subsequently kept the BJP, a very humongous machinery, a determined machinery of the BJP in West Bengal. She still kept them at bay so far. Now, that is no small an achievement, you know, in terms of delivering as far as elections are concerned. Therefore, if if the BJP will get the better of her, that's a huge feather in their cap. And I think apart from, you know, being the gateway to the east, and they want to now spread their wings in the east of India, Bihar, they will get control of and lead the government. Of course, they're eyeing the south also from that point of view. Tamil Nadu is important, but I don't think they hope to make it this time. They may increase their vote percentage. Nor do they hope to make it in Kerala, but Bengal, they could actually make it. And after Bihar, it will be a big thing, you know, for them, their morale, their strategy.
Mr. Rajgopalan wants to come in. Mr. Rajgopalan, but if you just look at the numbers from 2021, I'm just going to look at the vote share. If you want to look at the seats, then 294 seats. Out of that, the TMC had 213. The BJP allies had 77. But the difference in the vote share was 10%. So that's fairly large, huh?
Yeah, of course. It is very tough fight, as Neerija said. Shreya, another important thing, Neerija and me put together at least 80 years of journalism we have covered, 40-40.
I salute both of you.
Thank you. Now, coming to the point, I go a little further of what Neerija said. Regional parties are pressurizing Congress, like DMK. They drew Rahul Gandhi to the streets. By saying that you take 25 seats, otherwise get out. Mamata Banerjee, she does not want Congress. So therefore, my understanding is this election 2026 will be out Congress and regional parties will show up much. And 2029, apart from that, as Neerija said, today's election commission announcing the days will ensure 2027 Gujarat, Punjab, and you know the other state, Uttar Pradesh. Definitely, I say regional parties are going to show up much more than what Congress will do. Decimation of Congress will start from 2026. That is my political reading.
Okay, but then when you say that, you're also saying that when it comes to Tamil Nadu, DMK is the one that is going to take it. When it comes to West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee is going to take it, and when it comes to Kerala, the left is going to take it. Is that then what you're saying? Assam, we don't know, because the BJP is very well placed there.
Kerala, Congress will come, Shreya. I'm betting for that.
Acha, Kerala, you're saying the Congress will come unless they ruin it for themselves.
Wait, that is doing themselves in Tamil Nadu. Why should they go for 61 seats and accept for 25? Can you believe that? So therefore, regional parties are pressurizing Rahul Gandhi's drama and also his jokerism. They don't want that. Why should the parliament be heckled? Why Tamil Nadu 39 MPs? What did they do for Tamil Nadu in this? These are all going to be points in election campaign.
Okay.
Look, regional parties are pressurizing Congress to take a back seat and they want to show 2026 year of regional parties.
Okay. Give me a minute here. I'm going to come to Mr. Rahman, who's waiting patiently. But we are hearing from Jairam Ramesh of the Congress as well. Asked before the Election Commission's 4 p.m. briefing, there's possibly a preemptive strike by the Congress party, given what Mr. Rajgopalan is saying. The Congress is casting doubts on the Election Commission's fairness. Jairam Ramesh saying, and I'm quoting him now, don't think the elections will be fair. He's also saying the Election Commission will announce the schedule for the 2026 Assembly elections at 4 o'clock today. It would have been given the go-ahead by the G2 since G1 would have completed this round of inaugurations, ribbon cuttings, flag-offs and launches. The Election Commission's Model Code of Conduct, MCC, will soon come into effect. But since 2014, this has come to stand for Modi's Code of Campaigning, which will be full of defamation, abuses, intimidation, fear-mongering, and spreading the virus of lies. We are also hearing from Rashid Kidwai. Let's listen in.
You know, election is the part of democracy, but important thing is, it is the responsibility of Election Commission to hold free and fair election. So many questions have already been raised by opposition parties, opposition leaders. Millions and millions of voters have been deleted without any reason, I doubt whether election will be held under no pressure.
Mr. Rahman, I still don't understand what the criticism today of the Election Commission is. As I said, when we are in the middle of the election season, when there is campaigning happening and when hate speeches start, etc., and they will 100%, then if the Election Commission doesn't act against the party which is making hate speeches, keeps its eyes and ears closed and acts against the other party, in this case, the India bloc parties, then I will understand the criticism. But today, what can be the criticism? For today to say that the, MCC, the Model Code of Conduct will soon come into effect, but since 2014, it has come to stand for Modi's Code of Campaigning, which will be full of defamation and abuses. I don't see the reason for all of that being said today, sir.
Yeah, because, Shiaji, you have to understand one thing. As I said before also, and I'm going to repeat it again, because the timing of the election commission coming out today and announcing, and apart from that, see, we are living in a democracy, and it is the duty of the ruling party to take the opposition into confidence, and for the fair, free and the fair election in, to be held in the country. And the BJP, in fact, is, acting purely, in a very autocratic manner, forgetting about the democratic values which are there in our country. So I think it is very important for the BJP to understand that India is a country which lives on the principles of Ambedkar and the Gandhi, and then deviating from that and using Election Commission as its extended arm, and then dictating to the Election Commission as to when the election has to be declared. This election could have been even announced day before yesterday. I'm just giving you an example. But why did the Election Commission wait for the PM rallies to be over, all the announcements of the PM to be done
Mr.
with?
Rahman,
Then after that, then they have chosen this date.
Mr. Rajgopalan wants to come in. I don't have too much time, but between the 80 years of journalism, between Mr. Rajgopalan and Neerja, and 20 years, if you count mine, that is 100 years of journalism. I can say, thank you. I can say this, that all governments dictate, the timing of the elections. Go ahead. I mean, if this government is doing it, the previous government also did it. Mr. Rajgopalan, please go ahead.
Whatever Rahman Saab Abhi enunciated, Election Commission does all-party meeting in every state. They understand everything. Why should Government of India convince the political parties? Election Commission does conduct regional parties, meetings, and take cognizance of that festivals, school exams, etc. Okay. So therefore, they conduct the dates in such a way they could follow the code of conduct. My understanding is Jairam Ramesh MCC may be a jokerism, but at the same time, Jairam Ramesh will ensure the defeat of Congress in 2026 by his buffoonism.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the moment. We'll see, as I always say, may the best party win. Thank you very much. JVC, of course, has bid farewell to us. His phone was doing ulta-pulta today. Neerja ji, thank you very much for joining us. Mr. Rajgopalan, good to have you on the show. And Mr. Rahman, thank you very much. All of you have a good Sunday. I'm sure you'll be back with us in just a bit. Thank you very much. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a quick break. Back with much more. Do stay with us.